Welcome to Film and Page. I'm Dominic, and this is another episode of Road to Dune. So we have some Dune news about Dune Part 2. Also, we have a couple cast members that are going to be new that will be joining the film that have been confirmed. So that's not really big news. When I first heard about it, I pretty much knew that that was a done deal. So let's get into it. This article is from Game Rant. Dune Part 2 begins production in July. Florence Pugh casting officially announced. Dune Part 2 is the upcoming sequel to the popular star-studded film that released last year. The Denis Villeneuve film was highly anticipated prior to its release, and the sequel will no doubt be in the same boat as the director looks to gear up for another outing. The first film starred Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson, Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin, and Dave Bautista, and they made sure not to hold back when it came to bringing notable names together. Some of these characters have met their end in the first film, so it's safe to say that Dune Part 2 will bring some new faces. Many actors have recently expressed interest in joining the cast. Coming off the heels of Hawkeye and Black Widow, Florence Pugh will be joining the sequel of this film franchise. Florence Pugh will be playing Princess Irulan in the upcoming film, while the villainous Fade Rautha Harkonnen will be played by Austin Butler. Both are solid choices, as Pugh had nothing but great performances in all of her recent outings. One of the most notable films was the divisive and disturbing Midsommar. The official story synopsis that released reads, Part 2 will focus on Paul, assembling a massive army of Fremen to combat the ruthless Harkonnen, as he essentially becomes a mythical messiah figure to the inhabitants of Arrakis. Needless to say, this film will be a lot bigger and more intense than the previous film, as a war is evidently brewing. It was also teased that a lot of minor characters will be getting a bigger role. Many are wondering if the director will adapt more or less of the source material moving forward. The idea was initially supposed to be just 2 films, but many assumed this would be a trilogy. There is definitely plenty of story in Dune, meaning that there is plenty to bring to the big screen. Villeneuve, along with the cast, have shown that they are passionate about bringing this world to life, so it's not impossible that there could be even more Dune in the future. Dune had a simultaneous theatrical and streaming release on HBO Max, a strategy that rubbed some filmmakers the wrong way. A movie like Dune, with its wide and beautiful cinematic shots and acoustic ambiance, was practically built to be seen on the big screen. But it remains to be seen whether the theatrical streaming release model will stay in place for future Warner releases. Dune Part 2 begins production in July. So before I get into discussing this article, I just want to touch upon this, make a note of it in this video, because I didn't do any videos about Dune winning at the Oscars. And the reason for that is I can't stand Oscars and the Academy Awards. I'm not a fan of it, and it doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's good that it won, but at the same time, I don't really care. But I know there's some people that watch the channel might care, so I'm just going to quickly talk about this. So Dune wins 6 Oscars at the Academy Awards. So these are the categories it won in. So Best Film Editing, Best Original Score, Best Production Design, Best Sound, and Best Visual Effects. Oddly that it didn't win Best Director, but oh well. So those are the things that it won in. So interesting article. So Florence Pugh is confirmed. Same thing with the other actor that's going to be playing Fade Rautha. When that news first broke out and I did that video, I said that I've done videos like that in the past, and it's never come back where the actor wasn't going to take the role, or it was a no-go. When they announce it like that, even though they say it's not confirmed, it's pretty much a slam dunk done deal. So there's that. Also, that the movie is going to be starting production in July is pretty nice, because anyone who's watched my channel, watched a lot of the Road to Dune videos, I've talked about this ad nauseum. I'm going to talk about it again. While I was waiting for the first part to come out, one of my biggest fears is that it would flop and Part 2 wouldn't have gotten made. And that's why I was so hung up on how much money this movie could pull in the theaters, because I'm usually not invested in how much money a movie makes in the theaters, just just usually it's just not a thing for me. But this movie, I was, just for the simple fact that I wanted to get that part 2. And so I'm glad that it did make the money it did, and I'm glad that even though it didn't like break records at the theater, it still, I guess, made enough that it could get by, and we got a sequel. So I'm really glad about getting the sequel. And like I had said before, as long as I get one solid Dune movie that's a pretty faithful adaptation to the book, I'm happy. Now anything we get after this will just be gravy for me. So if we do get a third movie and it's Dune Messiah and Children of Dune, or we're getting a new TV show and things like that, so anything after that is just gravy for me. And also, again, about the Academy Awards, I mean, I'm glad that Dune won, but I haven't watched the Academy Awards, and I can't remember now. It's probably since the 90s. I haven't talked about it. And I could almost do a whole video of why I don't really care for the Oscars and why I think they're losing viewership. A lot of people out there, I see a lot of theories floating around of why the Oscars are doing good, but I kind of have my own theory. Maybe I'll do a video about that. So that's everything I got to say in this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will see you at the next one. I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you all in helping this channel grow. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded.